everybody. This is Kelly with Respectful Parent, and today, as promised, I am here with Catherine Dickerson.
Hi, everybody.
She is also a instructor at Parent Effectiveness Training, and she is a retired play therapist and a retired Montessori teacher, and she is the person that I go to when I am struggling with my kids. So everybody has to have a person, and she's mine. So, Catherine, you want to...
Oh, I just want to say thanks so much for having me. And folks, Kelly does not call very often.
Well, I used to. My kids are a little bit older now, but Catherine has been great for me. So, speaking of her being an instructor, we're going to talk today about having a case of the nose. Kids that are resistant, defiant, all of that kind of whatever those words that we call them are. But when they just say no all the time. So we're going to talk about that. But first, I mentioned Catherine teaches. She's come out of retirement specifically to teach this year. So she's teaching in La Jolla in San Diego starting January 22nd, and she's teaching in Laguna Hills starting January 23rd. And then I am teaching starting February 12th in Scripps Ranch, San Diego. So if you want to learn more about it, if you're called to this, then
call us.
Yes. So to get into the case of the nose, what do you do when a child is just saying no all the time and you can't take it anymore? Why does that happen?
Well, my first question I always ask is he getting too many directions? Children get hundreds of directions every day, and every time I just give him a direction, I'm basically saying, stop thinking, I don't care what you're thinking, I don't care what you're doing, I know it has to be done, just do it. Mm-hmm. That's not what anybody means, but that's the experience that the child has.
Right, so they're kind of getting direction fatigue.
Yeah.
Okay. So giving less direction, so what do we do instead?
And so instead of giving directions, if you can give information, so they can make the decision
themselves.
Right, then it's much easier for them to be cooperative.
Okay, so what does that sound like?
So
say you want a child to clean up their toys.
Okay. So wow, looks like you're having a good time here. There's a lot of play happened today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was so fun.
I can see that. A lot of fun.
Yeah.
Super.
And you want me to clean up things?
Well, how old is this child?
3.
Okay.
4. Let's talk about 4.
4 knows about cleaning up toys, so I don't want to rush to tell him. I just think he's having a lot of fun, and I say super.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then I'm going to wait.
Okay.
For him to respond.
Okay.
If he walks away, I'm going to say, excuse me? I'm a little worried about falling and tripping on these toys here.
Right.
No, forget the little. I'm worried about falling and tripping on these toys here.
Right. So you're giving him enough information so he knows that you're worried about something, and he can respond and help you. And that works more often than you'd think.
And first I build connected with him to
right.
acknowledge where he is.
Right. So did you guys see that? She kind of joined me in acknowledging how much fun I was having, joined in, and then she kind of posed her own problem that she had.
Yes.
So, okay. Talk a little bit about sometimes the difference. Like there's certain personality types that have harder time adapting, that are less flexible. So what about those kids?
Well,
you talked about giving them more time.
Yes.
Can you talk about that?
Yes. My first question always is, am I giving too many directions? It's always my first question, and chances are I'm going to say yes.
Okay.
I want to join with the child. Mm-hmm. Have I joined with them and acknowledged where they are and what they're doing, what's important to them? And then if I'm still getting a lot of resistance, one of the things I want to look at is, am I going too fast? Because part of temperament, we're each born with a temperament. Mm-hmm. One of the commonly considered 8 facets of temperament is adaptability. Mm-hmm. And some kids just go with the flow. They are so easy.
Right.
And other people really don't. And they need to go at their pace, and their pace is slower. And they feel rushed, and so they say no.
Right.
So if I can slow things down a little bit, chances are they'll be able to
say that thing about the walking.
Okay, so an example is, because they're thinking really fast. They're thinking faster than we are.
So they don't process slower. They have to process more because everything's new.
So when you're walking with a child, they're walking in these little steps, but they're really working hard. And we're just walking like this. And it's hard for them to keep up. Sorry, Tom.
She's new on camera.
Yes. It's hard for them to keep up. And it's the same thing with thinking. We've already got all this information. We've already got all these conclusions. They're just at the very beginning stages.
Right.
So they need information at a pace they can take it in and process it and come to their own decision.
Right. So they need to, you mentally, are you walking too fast? Is the question.
Yes.
Am I going too fast? So that's awesome. Okay, I have one more minute. We're going to wrap it up. So what things do we say that encourage kids to resist us that maybe we don't do intentionally?
Well, we ignore that they're already busy doing something. We just give them our conclusion and expect them to obey. I think those are the two most common things.
So you come to your own conclusion about what they're doing, and you base a judgment on, like, that's not as important as what I need to do.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Or a lot of times we don't even think about what, I mean, they're just playing, right? What does that mean?
Mm-hmm.
I've got to get to the store.
Right.
So
get in the car, and they're in the middle.
We don't have time for a role play, do we?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so. So, but yeah, you want to acknowledge, like, they're building this really intricate thing, and you just want them to go to the store and give it up, and they're, like, in flow, like I get when I'm writing or sending an email. I'm right in the middle of it, and I don't want my husband to come in and say, "Get off the computer." I would be like,
"I need dinner."
Yeah. What's wrong with you?
Say that.
Right. So, how would you feel if someone came and just shut off your computer? Okay, it's over. You got to come. Same kind of thing with kids, except they're going to respond worse because of their processing, right? Because that's faster than they can adapt.
I respond pretty badly when somebody just comes in
me too.
directions. And one thing to keep in mind, we're not talking about saying, "Sweetheart, I see you're playing. Can we go to the store now?" We're not talking about asking your children's permission.
Right.
And I didn't mean to be sarcastic there.
No, it's funny.
Just kind of exaggerating.
That's my jam.
We are talking about giving information that the children can use.
Right. Right. So, hey, we have 5 minutes, or we have a little bit until we're going to go to the store. What's your plan for that? Or something like that.
That's definitely a moving ahead comment. Sometimes children aren't ready to move ahead. They need you to see where they are.
Right.
Looks like you're having a lot of fun, and I need to go to the store. I need you to come with me.
Right. I need to go to the store so that I can cook dinner, or giving them more information so they have enough information to want to help you out of consideration rather than fear.
And they love you.
Right.
It's amazing how often children really do want to help if we let them make the decision with information.
Yeah, and we let them know us as people. Yeah. Okay, so we're out of here. We're going to go to lunch. But remember, Catherine has 2 classes coming up in January on the 22nd and on the 23rd. They're both night classes, right?
Yes, they're both in the evening, and there's still some spots available, so you're welcome to join.
And I teach classes during the daytime, so we got you covered. If you're in Southern California, we got it. And that can be found at respectfulparent.com/San Diego parenting classes. Thank you so much. And I will see you next Friday when I talk about one strategy to help your child when they're really stuck in a problem with worry, with anxiety. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.
Bye.